Hi, I'm Jacob. This is the Preppers Bunker Outdoors. Today's Tactical Tuesday, and while I'm testing some gear, some different stuff today that's been a repeated failure and disappointment to me with some a 1911 kit and some other stuff, I'm reminded about the difference between practice and training, and I'm specifically reminded of it in a way that I want to show you guys where I failed. I came home from a survival trip. I hadn't eaten really, I hadn't slept really, and I was really tired. I wasn't thinking about proper technique. I wanted to shoot a couple rounds to see how things would work and get done and get in and eat, get clean and get to bed. And so I videotaped it. I want to show it to you guys, and I want to explain how it shows the difference between training and practice. Alright, I've already updated you guys on how I lubricated this firearm and what magazines I'm using. Stop! Sig Sauer 1911. Let's see if it runs. Jimbo, come. First magazine was bad, trigger was gritty. She'll go, but this is a really hard trip. What I want to point out to you is that what I was doing there was not practicing, and if you don't have the training to know the right thing to do, then you're not practicing either. You're plinking and you're having fun. A lot of people today are shooting with absolutely no training, no direction, and what they're doing is they're creating and enforcing bad habits. Training or practicing is refining skills that you learned during training. So getting together with a bunch of buddies and launching lead in the backyard is not practicing. Now, if you learned how to shoot from your dad or from whoever else and they knew what they're talking about, from any source from which you learned to gather your training, if you're practicing what you learned, you're practicing. Otherwise, you're dinking. What's so important about that, like I mentioned earlier, is not simply creating and reinforcing bad habits. Where the quality of training that you get dictates the quality of practice that you can potentially have, obviously, and how hard you practice dictates how much you get out of it, depending on the training that you're basing that practicing off. So I personally train at Tactical Response. Before that, I trained obviously in the military, and then I watched some Magpul DVDs and stuff like that and tried to self-learn a good bit of stuff. And so when I went to Tactical Response, it really opened my eyes to how much I didn't learn, how much I could have learned, etc. So it's important to understand the difference between training and practice, because no matter what, when you're out shooting by yourself, that's not training. Mariah, come on! I'm going to keep this short and simple, guys. Training is what you do with professionals when you learn what to practice. Practicing is repeating what you learned during training and going off and plinking and shooting with your buddies is not practicing or training, and if you're practicing without training, you are creating and reinforcing bad habits. What you saw in that video was a lack of practicing. I have the training to know what I was doing that was wrong. I don't have the amount of practice to make the proper form and techniques become muscle memory because I wasn't thinking. I was tired. I needed that muscle memory. I didn't have it, and I did the wrong thing because I have not practiced my training. I wanted to clarify that for you guys real quick because it is important. Get the best training that you can get, that you can afford, that you have time for, because your practice can only be as good as the training that you've received. Please let me know what you think in the comments section. I love talking to you guys. I hope that you have a blessed day. Please subscribe. I'll talk to you soon.
He ain't dead smart. Played by the United States